to discover its own spiritual evolution. And so it is vitally important that spiritually aware mothers retain that openness to the light of God, to the harmony of the spirit worlds. And in doing so during their time of pregnancy, they pass on that vibration to the child. They surround it with a protective light. And the child, until the point that it is born, is active within you, but is also active in that it talks to its advisors. It talks to angels. It talks to God. It talks to itself. And where more mothers spiritually aware until the time of birth, their children would go on to do great things spiritually, because they would have been cushioned from the field for the full course of that pregnancy. Unfortunately, with some people, with many mothers, the thought is of what the baby should wear, where the baby is going to school. Should the baby be in a better house now? Should the baby be able to drive a better car when it grows up? And all these worries and preoccupations and material considerations are then passed on to the child, and the encroachment of the field takes place earlier on in that child's development, in the womb, in fact. When, if the mother were to spend a portion of each day linking into the God-light within, praying for direction for herself and the child, then the field is kept at bay, and the child has a greater chance of passing on spiritual information, spiritual help, when it is actually born into a physical world, because the effects of the field have been kept out for as long as possible, and that child has been able to take advice from the spiritual worlds, from the God within, right until the last moment. It strengthens the link. It helps the child, once it is born, to communicate with higher spheres of, not intelligence, that is the wrong word, higher spheres of being. And so, yes, your child is placed with you for a reason. Each child is placed for a reason. And each child is given the opportunity to grow, and to the generation that is coming now is also given the opportunity to teach. And it is important to talk to your child. It is important to establish that spiritual communication and to say, I surround you with love and with light. I surround you with God's freedom. I acknowledge God's purpose in you, to strengthen that link between yourself and the child, and to strengthen that child's ability to go forwards that much more quickly in physical life and to make a difference. We have closed down for generations the intuition that children have. At a certain point you tell them they can't see the person in the room. You tell them they shouldn't be listening to voices. You tell them that is nonsense. You tell them that is imagination. And that is exactly what the field wants you to do. And the facilities, the spiritual facilities, become masked. There is around the child, as the child grows, the hardness, the impermeability of the field, so that their original mission is many times clouded at best and knocked out of them at worst. And it takes so many years for them, if they are spiritually minded, to chip away at that outer layer before they can receive communication. Whereas if they were encouraged to say, to believe that is normal, to see someone from another realm is normal, to hear voices from another realm is normal, then that child is able to go about its mission at a much earlier age. So many wasted years, so many wasted opportunities. We have to dream a different dream for our children too. Does that make sense to you?
It does, it makes a lot of sense.
Does that answer your question?
It does. The phrase that pops into my head often is, this baby's here to make a difference, and you've said that exact phrase as well. So
Child is here to make a
very
difference.
helpful, thank you.
And I have to tell you that your child is listening to what is happening now. Because that child is unfettered by the beliefs of a physical world. That child is a delightful spirit that knows it is a delightful spirit and is happy to listen to the musings of the soul group and to listen to the spirits that are here this afternoon. A further question, please.
I have a question. Hello, my name's Yvonne.
Hello,
the question I have is, I'm aware that at times the strength of the field is such that it's like, to explain this is like you're stuck to it like glue. And what I do in my life, of a morning I have a routine that I do, because I find that my mind wakes up connected to the field sometimes before my physical body wakes. And I have a ritual that I do that brings back the simplicity that helps me function in a way that I'd like to. I'm also aware that at times, especially at this time of the year, that power of that field becomes so intense with the material realms of Christmas being a shopping expedition. And I was just wondering, you spoke earlier about the fact that there were techniques and exercises that you could speak to us about with regards to staying connected to the simplicity, which is the beauty of it all. And I was just wondering if you could maybe discuss some of those simple techniques for us, please.
Yes, first of all, the times of year. You are turning into the darkness. You are turning into the winter months. The earth is turning into the winter months. And everything in life is an illustration of what is wrong. Everything in life, everything that the earth brings you, everything that your lives bring you, are promptings from a higher source, from the Creator, to say that things are not as they should be. And the intention of plunging you into darkness for half of the year is to make you appreciate the light, to take you into the darkness and out into the light, to show you that what you need is balance. But it is true, at this time, unfortunately, the field, if you'll forgive the pun, has a field day. Because people, as spirits, need light. They respond to light. They thrive in light because light is love, light is God. And when that light is diminished for a time, they begin to feel below standard, they begin to feel ill, and that is exactly what the field would wish for them. And the field says on dark mornings, yes, you are ill. Yes, you are lonely. Yes, it is difficult to get out of bed. Yes, it is difficult to be cheerful. Yes, it is depressing. Yes, it is sad. And if you respond to that, then you are giving your energies to the field, which is what the field wants. And the field is donating to you its collective belief, its collective suggestion that things are not very good indeed. One of the techniques, the technique is simple. The technique is to surround yourself inside and outside with light. The technique is to sit quietly and to say literally to the day, go away. Go away. This is my time to connect to God. And you can use whatever analogy, whatever images strike you as being appropriate. You could, for example, imagine that there is coming from your heart center a flex, a wire that leads to a plug, and that there is a special socket in your home that connects not to the ordinary electricity supply that you have, but to a supply of light from God. a supply of light that comes down through your roof and down into the wall, and whenever you connect with it, there is a brilliance of white light that flows along that plug and along that flex into your heart and illuminates you. You can imagine that you are sitting in your chair and a cylinder of light comes down from the ceiling and surrounds you, so that all may be dark around you, but within that cylinder of light you feel power, you feel restored, you feel health. The God within is always within. The God within doesn't fly south for the winter. The God within is always accessible. And it is a matter of connecting not with your physical mind. Your physical mind will never make you feel better. It is a matter of connecting with your spiritual heart. And again, you can use imagery in order to reach the spiritual heart. You can imagine, if you are a very head-centered person, that there is an image of yourself inside your head here, and you step into a lift, you step into an elevator, and the elevator goes down into your heart. And when the doors open, you find yourself in a chamber of light and of warmth and of peace. You can imagine that you are in a different house. That whenever you sit down in meditation, you are taken to an exact replica of the house that you are living in now, but a house that is on another plane altogether, a higher plane, a plane of light, and sit there allowing the light to be absorbed by your body. But once you reach the heart chamber, you will know because you will find an increase in your joy levels. You will find that instantly you become peaceful. Instantly you feel that connection that says, I'm not alone. My worries have melted away because they're of the field and nothing to do with me. I can ask any question here and receive an answer. I can take any challenge into this light and know that a solution will manifest during my daily life. And the more that you do this, the lesser will be the effect of the dark months and the dark days on you, because you will see that you are not dark. And you will see that everyone else around you is not in reality dark. Every soul in this room this afternoon is made of light. Every soul this afternoon in this room is an angelic form. I repeat that, I have said that many times, that you were not once angels. You are angels. You are angels who, through misguidance, descended into a heavier form of reality. But you are still who you were. And it is a matter of contacting who you were and bringing that out into who you are. Realizing that in every challenge in your life, whether that challenge be illness or perceived poverty or problems relating to people, every challenge can be solved by bringing out who you were into who you are. Realizing again who you are. And that brilliance is a light that never needs batteries, that never needs recharging, that you can take with you throughout each day to eliminate your problems and to eliminate the problems of others. And when you visit the heart chamber, when you recognize who you are, who you were, who you are again, your worries become like television series. Something you can watch but don't have to take part in. They will still be there for a time, but you will have distanced yourself from them and they won't matter.